The truth is, you're not failing at PCOS. You actually know what to do. Drink water, eat better, get better sleep, exercise, take vitamin supplements. The problem isn't information. The problem is how your brain responds to these changes. And once you understand that, everything about your PCOS goals start to make sense. What's up? Welcome to day one of my 5-day New Year, New You PCOS challenge. My name is Meredith. I will be your PCOS host and coach for this challenge. Now, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the most common mistakes that women with PCOS are making and exactly what to do instead so your goals actually stick this year. So let's get into it. Mistake number one. Mistake number one, you're choosing goals that are too big, too fast. And so this year, you already made the goals of going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, eating perfectly every day, and drinking half your body weight every single day. However, they're too big because last year you never went to the gym, or you probably worked out once every quarter, once every few months. Last year you've been eating inconsistently and you've been eating out a lot, not prioritizing vegetables or whatever the case may be. And last year you barely drank water. And so those goals are too big for you because of what happened last year, right? And so what you should be doing instead is shrink your goal. Yes, eventually you will get to the goal of going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. But for right now, because the last year you were not going to the gym at all, we're going to shrink your goal just a little bit so your body can gradually get to the goal of going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week. And so maybe your goals can look like just 1 minute of exercise. This could be once a day, 3 times a week, whatever the case may be, right? But just shrink your goals small enough so you can accomplish it so it's easy for you to do. Or you can also just drink 1 glass of water. Maybe the first thing you do in the morning, drink 1 glass of water. That is the goal. That is your only goal for the day. So if you do anything else, that's just like the icing on the cake, if you will. But for right now, just drink 1 glass of water in the morning. And then for your meal, maybe just make sure you're having protein in every meal. You do not need to make sure you are like checking how much protein you're having, how many grams you're having each meal. Just make sure there is some protein on that plate. And that progress will come with small wins. Those repeated small wins will become bigger targets and bigger wins later down the line. So that is the first mistake in the solution for that mistake. Now, the second one is relying more on motivation instead of having a system in place or like a habit in place. And so what I'm thinking about is that, this is January or beginning of the year, and there's so much momentum and motivation around, there's so much energy around this, right? And so you are like, okay, cool, it's easier for me to do these actions and the behaviors and these jobs, working towards this goal because there's so much energy and I feel motivated to do it. But what happens? That motivation fades. When that motivation fades, so do your behaviors and your actions, and that can get you to end of the year of not meeting any of your goals. And the truth is, motivation is very, very helpful. It is very helpful. I love feeling motivated. It definitely helps me to get things done. Helps me to clean my house. It's just a very good feeling. But the truth is, you do not need motivation to get things done. And I know you don't, because I'm sure you are truly not motivated or excited when you put gas in your car, when you brush your teeth, when you go to work. The reason why you put gas in your car is so for you to get to A to B. That's it. You do not want to be on the streets with gas in your car. But the action of putting gas in your car, it is just something you have to do. It's just like, as a matter of fact, you have to put gas in your car for you to get to work or get around, whatever the case may be. And so again, you're probably not motivated or excited about putting gas in your car, but this is something you have to do. Period, point blank, whatever. Brushing your teeth, you probably don't wake up in the morning and like, oh my God, I'm so excited to brush my teeth. It's just a part of your routine. It's what you do. You wake up, I don't know, wash your face, use the bathroom, brush your teeth. It is what it is, right? You're not excited. You're probably neutral about this whole, you're brushing your teeth routine, but you still do it anyway. And the last thing, going to work. Now, this one you may not be super neutral about. You may be like, oh my God, I do not want to go to work. And yet you still go to work, even though you may not feel happy about it. You are not feeling good. Maybe your tummy hurts. Maybe you physically are not feeling well. Maybe emotionally you're not feeling well. But guess what? Guess who shows up to their job? You. And so this is the idea. What I want you to really think about is that motivation isn't everything. You do not need to feel motivated to do the things you need to do on your PCOS journey. You need to just make a list of the things you have to do, and just do it. And that goes right into what the things you need to do instead is build the habits the same way. Make it automatic, make it simple, make it repeatable, because your motivation will fade. And if those fade, then you will not be reaching your goals. But if you have these habit systems in place, they will stay. And this is how you will be reaching your goals this year. Now, the next mistake you may be making is trying to change everything at once. And so your goals are to drink more water, to exercise, eat healthy, take supplements, have better sleep habits, start to meditate. Your brain is noticing all these changes and it's like, oh no, no, thank you. It is resisting all of these big changes. So, what you should be doing instead is changing one thing at a time and then stack on them, right? And so, all of the things I just talked about, if one of your goals is to, let's say, drink more water, maybe again, one glass a day in the morning could be where you get started with, and then gradually add more glasses of water. And then once you have a good routine with your water, maybe you can pair that with your supplements. And so when you are taking your supplements and your vitamins, you are also drinking a glass of water. And so you can see how instead of doing all these goals at one time, you can truly work on one goal and gradually add another goal to it. This consistency beats intensity every time, especially with PCOS. One change at a time and then stack it. That's what you need to do. The next thing I'm going to say, next mistake that you're probably making is not anchoring your habits to your identity. And what I think about when it comes to like your identity and your behavior or your habits is related to smoking. It's pretty like black and white. You're either a smoker or you're not a smoker. There is really like no debate between that. And that is what I want you to do as well, is when you're thinking about your habits. And so instead of making things negotiable all the time, it is like you are the person to have a healthy sleep routine. It isn't like, oh, well, one day I go to sleep at 9 o'clock, the next day I go to sleep at 9, or it's like 2 a.m. It changes all the time. It's like, no, this is just who I am. I am a person who goes to sleep consistently and I have a great nighttime routine, right? This is just what I do. And so there's not you going back and forth and changing, negotiating all the time. This is what you do. I am a woman who prioritizes sleep. I don't eat late at night. It is just not who I am. I am done eating at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's just not an option for me because this is just who I am, right? Like you are tying your habits and your identity together, and that's going to help you in the long run. And you don't have to keep making the decisions on what to do. The other thing you can think about too is saying that sugary foods are for special occasions. And so, what does this mean? This means that most of your meals, you're eating healthy, but you will eat some cake or something sugary or cheesecake, whatever the case may be, for your birthday or for like special occasions. You're not saying you'll never eat it. You're saying you primarily eat sugary foods during special occasions. And so it is for this part of your goals. It's who you are, and you don't negotiate with yourself. It's who you are, and you do not negotiate with yourself. And so, which leads me right into this. This year, you need to decide who you are with PCOS. Are you a woman who will allow your PCOS symptoms to get worse? Or are you going to keep trying even after 50 tries? I want you to be the woman who believes that your body wants to heal. Your body is not against you. No matter what things you may have believed in the past, Your body is not against you. Your body is doing the best it can do under the circumstances, and things can get better if you do things differently. And so, again, I want you to think about some mini actions that you can start doing. So, drinking a glass of water in the morning, making sure there's protein at each meal, 1 minute of movement or exercise every day, having your bedtime like 10 minutes earlier if possible. Making sure you're instead of taking 10 different supplements every day, maybe choose one or two supplements that you're taking consistently. And maybe instead of meal prepping for 7 days straight, maybe you're just prepping 2 meals or for 2 days, and then you're creating that habit. And these actions are going to create consistency. And then once you see those um, symptoms improving, you can double down on them later. But really, you're going to start small so your results can come later. So later on, what you can start doing is doing that strength training 2 to 3 times a week, drinking half your body weight or drinking at least 100 ounces of water every day, eating mostly minimally processed foods, so eating mostly whole foods, having that consistent sleep routine, making sure you're meditating or having some type of stress strategies, and having a PCOS supportive supplement plan. You will do all of these. I promise you, you will do all of these things, but just not at one time. You're going to do it. You're going to start off small, build that momentum, just like a snowball. You're going to start off small, and as the ball keeps rolling, the ball is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's how you're going to have that momentum, and that's how you're going to see those changes. So I'm so excited for you. And tomorrow, what I'm going to be doing is breaking down what PCOS actually is, how it's impacting your hormones, your insulin, and your weight. Because not everything you see online will help you with your PCOS. You may have had some confusion, like I've had before. But what I want you to do during this New Year, New You PCOS challenge, I want you to feel confident that the things that you're doing are actually going to work for you and you're going to reach your goals. Today was about habits, but tomorrow is about understanding PCOS so your habits finally make sense. Listen, sis, you are not broken. You do not need more willpower. You just need a plan that will work for your PCOS and with your brain.